Super dope. Thursday morning. So, here's what I'm doing today. This is basically going to be unedited. This is, what is the time? It is 5 of 10 on Thursday morning. And I just can't bring myself to record lately. Straight up. Pain. My brain hurts. Everything hurts. And I also kind of knew in the back of my brain yesterday that I was going to finish recording an episode or something, and there was going to be new spoilers to drop. So, sure enough, I woke up this morning. New spoilers dropped. So I'm going to read you the translations from Herms98 on Twitter for the spoilers. But for those of you on the Patreon, Saturday night, we're still planning for it. So Saturday night, check your Patreon inboxes for the Zoom conference info. 9 p.m. Eastern time for that, okay? So chapter 69. Spoilers. Herms. The roughs are out for the GBS chapter 69, the succession of the Cerealites. I believe he goes on later in this thread to correct Cerealites to Cerealians, but I'll just read it and try to reserve most of my comments. But I won't, because I can't. Let's see. Granola returns to planet Cereal. The Cerealians were wiped out 40 years ago by Frieza and co., but Hiata, I assume that's how we're saying it, Hiata, H-E-A-T-A. Could be Hita as well, I'm not sure. But Hiata built a new town. There, so the Shuga people, that's S-U-G-A, Shuga, a race who had lost their own planet could resettle there. So the Shuga people resettle on planet Cereal after Frieza and co. kill all the Cerealians, and I guess, I don't know. I thought they were like in the business of selling those planets, so I'm assuming Frieza sold them those planets. Next tweet. Granola is on friendly terms with the Shuga people, but prefers to live on the mountain outside town. From up there, he can see the remains of the city where he was born and always remember what Frieza and co. did to his planet. Pretty emo, man. Move on. Granola, why are you looking at the wreckage of your destroyed city? Why is your city so destroyed? I thought other people resettled there. Wouldn't they clean up the mess? They just like to live amongst it? That's a Reese thing. Happy birthday, Reese. Meanwhile, Beerus asks Vegeta how many planets the Saiyans have destroyed. Vegeta says, the planets... let me try that again. This is fun because you guys get to truly understand what I mean when I say that I can't read. My dyslexia is on full display. Meanwhile, Beerus asks Vegeta how many planets the Saiyans have destroyed. Vegeta says the Saiyans were born for combat, but only started destroying planets on a regular basis once they joined up for Frieza, or with Frieza. See? All right. So Saiyans were always natural-born ass-kickers, is what I'm reading there, and Frieza's the one that helped get them to start ass-kicking professionally, or at least for a livable wage. Beerus asks if he's trying to blame all the Saiyans' sins on Frieza. All the Saiyan sins on Frieza. It's a tough one. But Vegeta says he's not. King Vegeta started it off in his quest for authority, and this ultimately led to the Saiyans' destruction. All right, interesting that Vegeta has that sort of self-awareness about his family lineage, and his father's quest for authority. Ultimately led him to make a deal with Frieza. It didn't seem like he made a deal so much as Frieza just came in and said, "What's up? I run shit now. My dad used to run shit, now I run shit." Next tweet. This is off of the ultimately led to Saiyan's destruction. So it was the Saiyans' fate to be destroyed? Beerus finds that idea stupid. Vegeta is puzzled. Beerus said he was going to show him a god of destruction's techniques. Or potentially, it says technique and then with the parenthesis S, so potentially more than one technique. So what's that have to do with the Saiyans' past? Beerus says it is deeply related. And that's it for that conversation for now. Backing up a bit, per his conversation with the shopkeeper, it seems Granola lives on the mountain with someone called Gramps, who is over 500 years old. He has a bad leg, but is otherwise fine. His race is long-lived, Granola says. I have a bad leg too, Gramps. Looking through these panels, I do like that they're taking so much time to, let us get to see Granola's world and, the people around him. And, not only just in these panels, but the last couple of chapters as well, they've let us see other parts of, what his life looks like. So getting to see him back on his world right now, it's pretty cool. We'll learn more about, this Gramps character. He I don't know, what I'm looking at, I don't think is actually the character of Gramps. This is a conversation with a shopkeeper. So, the shopkeeper sort of looks like one of the, I don't know, it kind of looks like one of the yard rats that Vegeta goes to train with. Am I wrong in that? I don't know, I could be. I don't really care. It's fucking 10 o'clock in the morning. Granola's comment that Gramps' race is long-lived makes it sound like he's not another Cerealian. Maybe it's Oatmeal. But Oatmeal has to ask Granola about Planet Cereal's backstory, so that does not seem likely. Okay. So Gramps and Oatmeal do not seem to be the same person. Okay. The next panels, at the very start, Granola asks the Suga technician to fix the left wing of his plane damaged in an attack. He'll be taking a break from work for a while, so they can take their time fixing it. Yeah, man. Fix your stuff. Get your stuff fixed. Is that the last of it? No. Later, the Suga shopkeeper. I feel like such a dummy saying Suga. Later, the sugar. I feel stupid saying that too. I feel stupid most of the time. Let's be real. Later, the Suga shopkeeper asks why Granola and Gramps don't just live in town. The sugar people would be happy to have them. The shopkeeper also gives him an extra bottle for free. Clearly, Granola is very popular. Extra bottle of what? Booze? Let's see. Herms goes on for these last two tweets, just basically a little bit more clarification on some of the translation here. So I will read that for, sake of clarity and completeness of the thread. Shugajin, sugar people. Shugayan, he's just looking at the kanji and trying to figure out what the heck it could be pronounced as potentially, or what it'll sound like when said out loud. It pretty clearly seems to be a pun on the English word sugar, go figure, which in kana, so not kanji, kana? I don't know anything about stuff. Anyway, the race name removes the extended A, equivalent to the English ER, making it a regular A instead, a la Freezer or Frieza. The title, here it is. The chapter title is Succession of Planets Cereal, not the Cerealians. Cool. Sorry, that's what I got for typing too fast. Yep, that's what you get when your brain moves too fast. Todd. Can relate. Not really. So those spoilers came out, I want to say, about 3 days ago. Maybe 4 days ago. I have been slacking, guys. Anyway, more spoilers came out last night, like literally 6 hours ago. So isn't it cool that I waited? You get all the fresh shit here on Super Dope, so long as I, don't stick to regular publication schedules and put shit out irregularly. That word's harder to say than it seems. See? Unedited episode. This is fun. Anyway, 6 hours ago. Two new... there are visuals to go along with it. Todd Herms. He's Todd Blankenship on Twitter at Herms98. So I kind of interchangeably go back and forth between Todd Blankenship and Herms. I should just call him Herms, right? Let's see. It's just two lines of translation, basically. And it kind of drives me bananas because there's no panels to go with them. So, I mean, there are panels and I've looked at them, but in this thread that I'm looking at, there aren't panels like next to them for sake of context. But I'm just going to go take a look at the panels. we'll post them in Roshi's Secret Stash on Facebook for sure. Maybe we'll tweet a link. Who fucking knows? Check out the show notes if you're not in the Roshi Secret Stash group. Go join and talk smack about Dragon Ball with us. Anyway, Beerus. This is a quote from Beerus, I presume, it being in quotation marks. Does what the Saiyans did in the past have any connection to you now? You seem to be fixated on it. You won't grow any further. Okay. So, it seems like Beerus is really hinting very strongly toward Vegeta having to move past the, the extinction, basically, of his people. And that's interesting to me because does that mean Beerus is about to let him know the big secret? Frieza's not responsible for what happened to your people. I am. And the only reason Frieza had to execute on it is because I was too busy taking a goddamn nap to give a shit about your stupid people. Is that what we're working toward? I doubt it because, it's something I want, so probably won't happen. Anyway, there is a tremendous amount of action panels between Vegeta and Beerus, and Beerus is putting an ass whooping on Vegeta. So again, go check it out. Goku commenting, I guess, on the battle between Vegeta and Beerus. Him and Whis have this little exchange. That technique of Beerus's, I tried to copy it before, but failed. Whis, it only had enough force to destroy his jacket. It's not so easy to master. So, destroy his jacket, I'm assuming that means his armor, meaning Vegeta's armor. After Beerus whoops Vegeta's ass real quick, he finishes it with this big blast, and Vegeta's got a big old hole in his armor. Like, not quite like Planet Namek Vegeta when Frieza sent the death beam through the, his thorax, but like the bottom, third of his armor in the middle, like where his abs would be, it's just gone. And you can see his flesh, and I'm thinking that's what Whis means by it only destroyed his jacket. I don't know what technique did Goku try to copy of Beerus in the manga. He definitely used Hakai energy at a certain point, I believe, against Zamasu, but it didn't work. Was it against Zamasu, or was it against somebody in the U6 U7 tournament? I can't exactly remember when he used it because it's an anime versus manga difference that I don't know off the top of my brain right now. I think it was Zamasu. Anyway, Goku maybe attempted to use it then, and didn't master it. Is that what he's talking about? And if that's the case, does that mean that Beerus just used Sakai energy against Vegeta, and Whis' comment about it is it only had enough force to destroy his jacket? It's not so easy to master. I don't know, man. It seems like what we just saw was Hakai energy that destroyed some of Vegeta's jacket, but they're talking about it like it's a different thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's the first page of translations. Second page, this is Granola and Oatmeal having a quick, what's the word? Exchange. That's it. All right. You asked Gramps before about the spell to summon the dragon, right? Tell it to me. Oatmeal. ... Also called ellipses. Roger. Next break. Granola. This is the dragon that grants wishes? And the dragon replies, you who have gathered the 2 Dragon Balls. You may speak your wish. I shall grant you any single wish that I am able to. Thank God we fucking sped up this process. 7 Dragon Balls? No. 2. Just the 2. I don't know why we didn't think of this like 20 goddamn years ago. We had to overpower our characters so much so that they can just fly around the world within 10 minutes. So that way they can collect the Dragon Balls at the beginning of the movie that we're trying to, have the story launch off of a Dragon Ball wish. But no, we should have just reduced the number from 7 to 2 all along. And it grants 1 single wish. Okay? That's going to be funny. I wonder if these will almost definitely be like a one-off kind of thing or something we won't see very frequently. Because it would make too much sense to keep it around from a narrative perspective. You're having something that useful in a show called Dragon Ball where we seldom see the Dragon Balls. Now you got a version of the Dragon Balls where you can just grab 2 of them and make a wish. That's dope. That's easy. We'll get rid of it. And then the last translation from Herms, from oatmeal to granola. I believe it's okay to make your wish in ordinary language. And granola says, I want to be stronger than anyone. Make me the greatest warrior in the universe. Thus, seemingly coming full circle on the Oracle Fish's little premonition while he was having the dreams. Balance shifting in Universe 7 and the like and all that. Blah, 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 blah. So, honestly, I feel like I already read the chapter for Saturday night. But what's always cool is that I always feel that way. And then after I read it, something else cool happens. You know, something big and something that I didn't see coming and out of left field. I hope they continue that trend for Saturday. The 20th is when the chapter will drop in full. Again, if you're on the Patreon with us, look out for the information, the invitation information in your Patreon inbox. Big thanks to our patrons, Tyson, Marcus, David Cheers, Kelly, Jacob Perez, Minnie Van Den, Reese 2, Timmy Jones, Brian Maltiori, and the OGLBJ. Reese just had his birthday a couple days ago, the 16th. Happy birthday to you, my friend. I think I said it earlier, but didn't really clarify what the fuck I was talking about. Happy birthday, Reese. Appreciate all you do for the show and your continued support and being a friend, and appreciate you, dude. My dad's birthday was also yesterday, the 17th. Happy birthday, Pops. I believe he's 50 this year, which is kind of remarkable because I'm fucking 31. What else? Anything else? Nope. Oh yeah, Twitch. Yeah, fuck. All right. So I've been doing this Twitch thing. Got this Twitch thing going on. Last week, Jimmy and I did a broadcast where we basically drank beers and took turns playing. We started off playing Pokemon Blue. And, we had some fun twists with it. Basically, every Pokemon we get, we name it something ridiculous. I'd managed to beat Brock on the first try. With a Charmander, a Butterfree, a Pidgey, and a Metapod. That's right. I had a Butterfree and a Metapod. I don't fuck around. Anyway, I think we're going to try to do some more stuff on Twitch. So here's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of a game plan. I play Halo a lot. And, I just kind of throw my headset on and talk some shit. Marcus jumped in and hung out with us over the weekend. My buddy Dave Corey dropped in the other night, and I just talked like WandaVision shit with him, through the chat while I was shooting people in Halo. And that one's nice for me because I don't have to be on camera. I don't like being on camera. But when we do things like the Pokemon stuff, me and Jimmy hanging out with other people around, set up a camera or whatever. I think I'm going to set up a schedule. I kind of started brainstorming one last week, and then this week happened, and I was unable to start to try to keep up with the schedule. But I think I'm going to do like Halo, for an hour, a few days a week, like randomly in the middle of the day, probably around like noon or something, and just, I don't know, if anyone shows up to the chat, come hang out, we'll talk shit. I want to definitely do something Dragon Ball related, because I don't know if you know this about me. I fucking love Dragon Ball. I also really fucking hate Dragon Ball a lot of the time too. Like, but I do understand that most of my hate that I have around Dragon Ball is not about Dragon Ball. It's about the people who like Dragon Ball. Myself included. I hate myself more than anybody. Anyway, I want to do something Dragon Ball related on Twitch. I just downloaded or re-downloaded, I guess, because I got it off of my Xbox, all of my content for Xenoverse 2. I haven't really picked through that game at all in a very long time. I haven't really played around with most of the characters. When I did play it, it was pretty much just me doing stuff for my pre-built characters. So I think Wednesday nights, or maybe it makes more sense to say after a podcast drops, that means later on that night I'll be playing Xenoverse and maybe talking shit. So that's the plan for tonight. Thinking around like 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to jump on Twitch, twitch.tv/superdopepodcasts. I'm going to pick through Xenoverse and see what's what. On Fridays, though, I think we're going to try to do something more specifically geared toward, older games. I like the Pokemon stuff, to be honest. I guess my thing that I kind of don't like about doing the vintage games, and I guess this is me putting it out there to you guys if you have any suggestions for me. The way that I set it up is I have my Super Nintendo and my PS2 go to an AV switch, right? And the AV switch then goes out to an AV capture card, an Elgato capture card, into my laptop. I then get a second monitor, the second monitor being my, big ass television in my living room. And we set up OBS so that way the screen essentially functions like, a TV normally would for us. The problem is the fucking delay, the latency from when I push a button on my controller for it to go. It goes from my controller into the system to the AV to the capture card to the computer to the TV. It's like it feels like a full half second of latency at times. It's very noticeable when we were doing Pokemon the other night because, it's a grid-based system. You press up, you're fucking waiting to go up one space. If you overshoot, you have to back it up. So eventually you're just like, right, one little grid space at a time so you could do something stupid like walk into a door. I'm trying to think, is there a way for me to get my Roku TV to get a digital out for my Roku TV to go into the capture card so that way I would use my TV not as a second monitor but as an actual fucking television, and then have the signal from the television go into the capture card versus the signal from the systems going into the capture card? This is the stupid shit I get to think about all the stupid goddamn time. Anyway, twitch.tv/superdopepodcasts. What else? That's it. I don't really have anything else to say. WandaVision tomorrow, tonight. What fucking day is it? Thursday? It's Thursday now. So what I imagine will happen is now that I slept last night for more than 4 hours, I will, my body will wake me up at like 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning on Friday morning to wake up and immediately watch WandaVision. Because if I don't, we all live on the internet now. For somebody to be like, hey, Kyle, if you don't want shit spoiled, just avoid the internet. Fuck you. All right? That's what I have to say to you. You can't just avoid the goddamn internet. How about y'all motherfuckers have a little goddamn courtesy, respect, some dignity? I'm not going to say who ruined one of the WandaVision episodes for me. Not that it really ruined it, because it was something that I called and predicted in 100% certainty, but let's just say it's who cares? Who fucking cares? That person is annoying. Dead ass. All right. Time is it now? Probably time to finish this podcast. It's 10:19, 10:20 almost. It's 10:20. All right. Super dope. Thanks for listening, blah, blah, blah. Good thing I waited, right? New spoilers. Interesting. Saturday night, patrons, come hang out. Leonard, text me back. Leonard, don't listen to this. Leonard, will you be there Saturday? He's not even going to hear that fucking perfectly awesome song that I just made up on the fly. Stupid. Goodbye.